Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Souls Intersect. I have your general intuitive tarot reading for August of 2016. If you're interested in getting a private reading with me, please email me at soulsintersect@gmail.com, or you can book directly through my site, and the link to that is going to be in the description below. For the month of August, I'm picking up on a theme. For some of you, it feels like it's going to be related to the balance between your work life and your romantic life. Or if not romantic life, just your leisure side. It feels like, in some sense, you're definitely being called upon to look at that and try to bring it into more balance. But it also feels like there's a deeper message here. With the Hermit coming up, I feel that you're being encouraged to look at that or something related to that, but really at a deeper level. So not just the practical level where how many hours do you put into this and how many hours do you put into that, and is there a change that you can make to help balance it more, but to also look at where some of this is coming from. So for some of you, I'm almost picking up on like a workaholic vibe. And for some of you, it also feels like it could be your approach to romance or to seeking pleasure. And maybe this sense of almost trying too hard with this Ace of Pentacles card. And maybe not letting things flow, or maybe even overthinking how to approach that, how to bring more of it into your life, and maybe retreating in some way to just getting more back into your work or other things that keep you busy, because the energy of trying too hard isn't delivering at times, and so you retreat back into this other state. So it does still feel like almost this workaholic kind of vibe. And so, again, it feels like it's more about, though, looking deeply at where that's coming from. Because it doesn't feel like it's just some snap decision or change that needs to be made. It feels like looking at why maybe you're approaching things the way you are, what you've learned from past circumstances, what you're doing for work, because I feel that that could be impacting it as well. There's a difference between doing a lot more work because you're avoiding something, and then doing so much work because you're really truly passionate about it, and maybe it's just a phase that you're going through to try to push something forward, because some of that can be healthy if that's the case, especially if it's temporary. But it feels like for some of you it may be more of, you might not even like what you're doing too much, that it may be productive, but it's just too much, and then it's also holding back from, it could just be social life, but again, it could be romance, it could be having any fun at all. So I'm also getting this idea of almost this temperance energy, like the Temperance card, with the Chariot coming up with this Worker card, and then this very soft, emotional, intuitive card with the Queen of Cups. So some of this may be more about balancing anything practical, really, with this deeper, intuitive, spiritual side of yourselves. Because with the Eight of Pentacles, it's very, there's a lot of Taurus energy too, because it's a pentacle. And it feels like some of that could be your personality in a way, something to do with commitment or wanting to fulfill obligation, and also just liking being in certain patterns and in certain types of roles where you're more organizational, but needing to balance some of that more practical, logistical stuff with this deeper intuitive sense that you're being called upon to use more. It's framing the reading with the Queen of Cups here and then the Hermit. So if we look at the Queen of Cups in the more intuitive sense, it does feel like that's where the balance is needed more so. There's a lot of water energy too with the Chariot card. I get the sense that for some of you, you're also going to be opening up more in an intuitive sense, and it may actually impact your daily lives, your work. And that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be disruptive, but you may start to feel like you need to do something that's more, that you feel more inspired to do, that feels more creative and more in tune with your spiritual beliefs. So it feels like a change that's happening, that you'll be opening up more, and that you may be shifting gears in terms of what it is you want to be doing for work. Okay, so I'm still getting the message too, so I want to go a little bit deeper into this idea of it being more of a deeper issue, or something that stems back further into your past, something that really wants to be awakened and looked at. And it's interesting because a lot of the readings, these general readings for August, have very much been about self-healing, looking inward, doing some healing, and bringing up things to better yourselves. And so I've been saying that for some of you, it may be that they are issues that are impacting you acutely, but for some of you, it could be that it's just some lingering stuff that is wanting to be looked at, just to help perfect who you are even more, to get you to an even higher level, to be more at peace, but also to be more focused, to be on your mission, to do what you really truly feel inspired to do. And so where some of this may be coming from for you, Taurus, in terms of it's stemming to something far back, I'm picking up on some things that have to do with religious upbringing, and like a sense of obligation, again, that maybe comes from that. So that's one theme that I'm getting, and it could also feel like it's a little bit in conflict with maybe some of your spiritual beliefs now, or a change in that. And some of it just may be in terms of how you were raised and the way that work was looked at, because it really does feel like work is an issue here. So what you're doing, or the balance that it has with other things in your life. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up here. If you're interested in looking at this more, or anything else going on in your life or relationship or anything, please feel free to contact me for a private reading. And again, the email address is soulsintersect@gmail.com. Thank you.